This video, we are to write an equation of a line that is parallel or perpendicular to the x or y axis. So we're going to have a coordinate plane, and we're going to make them parallel or perpendicular to one of the axes, either x or y. All right, so let's see. So we know that this one is x and this is y, and I'm going to plot this point, 4, -7. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to pretend that right there is 4, 7. Now, if I wanted to draw a line to create an equation that's parallel to the y-axis, all right, which I'm going to do in, I'm going to say parallel to the y-axis, so that way you can kind of see what I'm doing. We're going to put it in purple. That means my y is going to, watch what I'm doing. If the y-axis is there and I want to make it parallel, that means I can draw a line straight up and down like this. If I can draw a line straight up and down. Now, if you notice, I don't touch the y-axis. I only touch the x-axis, and I touch it at 4. So the equation for a line parallel to the x-axis is x equals 4, which you can see up above. That's where the equation comes in. Alright, so what if I wanted to make one that was parallel to the x-axis? Oh, I want to do it in a different color so you can see it. Parallel to the x-axis. Alright, so if let's say I still have the same point, parallel to the x-axis, and so the x-axis goes across, and so I want it parallel, so that means I have to draw my line like this. And remember, it does have to go through that point. And there it is. Notice I'm not touching the x-axis, I'm only touching the y-axis. So it would be y equals, and this should be -7, which you can see is up the top. Alright, so there's that. That's how you do it. Now let's do one with perpendicular. Alright, so we're actually going to take the same point. Alright, and I'm going to draw the same type of graph here. We'll make it a little higher since we know it's down below. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know it's about right here. Right. So let's say we want it perpendicular to the y-axis. We wanted an equation that's perpendicular to the y-axis. So perpendicular means I kind of go across. So there's my dot right there. The y-axis, that means I want to run my line into the y-axis. To make it perpendicular to the y-axis, it would look like this. See how it makes that 90-degree angle? Alright, so there's that, and we would know that that is when y equals, -7. Because it's touching the y-axis. Alright, if we want it perpendicular to the x-axis, alright, so the x-axis, of course, is the top, and it's right here. So if we want it perpendicular, we would be going this way, and I missed my target, but we know that it's perpendicular at 4, so we know, and it touches the x-axis, so it's x equals 4. So hopefully this kind of helps you to figure out how you could write an equation, give you a little bit of strategy of how to do this. I know that if you look up here, you see your x and y, and that's I mean, because you have a point and you're going off that point. But this is a nice little strategy for you to practice to get the equation of a line that's parallel or perpendicular to a given point.